It's me, the Phantom of the Paradise. Phantom of the Paradise, released in 1974 and is directed by Brian De Palma, who is also behind such films like Carrie, Dressed to Kill, Scarface, The Untouchables, and the 1996 film Mission Impossible. And this psychological drug dream is starring Paul Williams, William Finley, George Mamoli, Harold Oblong, Archie Hahn, Jeffrey Kamaner, Garrett Graham, and Jessica Harper. And the reason why we're talking about Phantom of the Paradise today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from one of my contributors and supporters of this channel, Name the Stars. Thank you very much for this recommendation. I know you've sent in a lot over the last couple of months. I will be getting to them, I promise, but I was looking through and trying to find a film that fit for the Halloween season. I thought that this one was going to be that, but it didn't really turn out to be like a horrific film. This is more of like a psychedelic, hey, this is from the 1960s, we're all really high on acid and other drugs and other things, let's go out there and make this movie. And if anyone else out there also would help support me and contribute to my channel just like Name the Stars did, you can click on the QR code that is in the bottom left of your screen right now. Any size donation will do that you want to send over, just attach your movie recommendation with it, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out, just like what I did with Name the Stars. And gosh, you know, I wish I was on drugs. I wish I was on drugs for watching this movie. I feel like that's how you need to watch this to enjoy this. If you're not on drugs, if you are completely sober, you're probably sitting there like I was, saying, what the fuck? Winslow Leach is a singer-songwriter that has composed a wonderful rock opera about Faust that the record producer Swan overhears and wants to use it to help open up his brand new rock theater opera, The Paradise. So Swan arranges for Winslow to sign over his soul and everything about him so that all he does going forward is to write songs for the Paradise so that Swan can get rich and get famous. But when Swan doesn't put the singer that Winslow wants singing in the role that he wants in the play or the musical or whatever the fuck it is, he becomes angry and starts acting as a rogue phantom in the Paradise, possibly causing the Paradise to shut down. I'll need some drugs. That's what I need for this. I need some drugs. Please, I don't know what I just watched. There were a lot of these psychedelic films that came out like in the late 60s and early 70s like this, where you have really just fast cuts and a story that is quick in pace. We're not really establishing anything. We're just kind of going along. Here's the songwriter, and now he's being swept away. He's created an opera about Faust, but now he's kind of in like his own Faustian tale with Swan and everything going on with the Paradise, him signing over his soul. It's definitely not a horror film. I thought it was going to be. This is why I scheduled it for Halloween, but it's definitely not Halloween worthy, or I guess maybe it is, because there is the horror as an artist of crafting something and creating something only to have that be sold off to a major studio or to a major record producer to have them bastardize the entire thing. So there is horror in here for this artist, horror of seeing his art be vandalized in front of his eyes. I don't know, that's a big stretch. But we watched it. We watched this film. Yeah. First off, I will say that I do love the costuming. I love this period setting in the 60s and all these dresses and the hairstylings of everything. It's very accurate to the time, accurate to the time of just psychedelics and God, just weird cinematography. This film is so freaking weird. What a weird-ass week. What the hell am I doing? I watched Beau is Afraid, The Menu, and now Phantom of the Paradise. This is one of the weirdest fucking weeks I have ever done on this channel. Man, I just need to be high for this entire thing. But I've never been high, so who knows? Maybe, I don't know what would happen to me if I ever did that. But Phantom of the Paradise, God, it's really hard to talk about it because I just didn't know what was happening. Winslow agrees to sell his songs to this record studio for Swan, but then Swan changes everything to make it more commercial and to have it, like, be boy bands and everything. And Winslow doesn't like this, so he's trying to get an audience with Swan, but all the security people are like, no, 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 you're not gonna make it in here. Swan sees him, is like, no, 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 get him out, we already have all of his stuff. So they send him off to jail and to prison, where they extract his teeth, basically making him into a monster, to where now he needs to wear this mask that if any of you ever watched season 3 of Digimon, that's Beelzemon right there. That's where the design came from for that character, was from this movie, Beelzemon. That reminds me, I need to watch Digimon again. I really enjoyed that show, at least up to season 3. I never watched season 4. But man, I need to watch some Digimon again. But anyway, back to the movie. He gets the Beelzemon mask on and just makes a deal with Swan to where he's going to just write, and he's locked in this room. And when the opera is completed, Swan takes it, blocks him in, but then he becomes basically the Phantom of the Opera. This film it feels like a parody and an adaptation of several different other movies and books and plays into this one film. We have Phantom of the Opera in here, we have Faust, we have, like, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls in terms of, like, the cinematography and the pacing here. This is not my kind of happening, and it's freaking me out! It's just a weird psychedelic trip into the growing corruption that is the entertainment industry, baby. If you love long sequences of just someone singing a song as if it's like an actual rock concert and in that 60s, 70-ish style, then maybe this is the film for you. I'm not a big fan of it. This viewing experience, Name the Stars, is like, I appreciate all of your support over the years, but this was just weird. I didn't get it, and I feel bad that I didn't get it or understand what was happening in here. But if you enjoyed it, awesome, great, good for you. I couldn't get on board. I couldn't get on board this entire time. There was no establishing of, like, who these characters were, and I just couldn't follow along with what was happening, and I couldn't get behind any single character. And if I can't get behind any of those two things, I'm just sitting there, again, wishing I was high watching this movie. I'm gonna give Phantom of the Paradise 1 out of 5 Blu-rays.
What? No!
That's probably one of the worst reviews I've ever done, because I feel like I didn't talk about it at all, but I just didn't understand anything. I didn't understand anything about this movie, so shame on me for being a terrible movie reviewer for this one, but whatever. I give you my genuine first-time reactions to everything here, so that was my genuine reaction to watching this movie. I watched it, and I'm good not watching it ever again. Sorry. So guys, if you've seen Phantom of the Paradise, what did you think about it? Am I completely wrong, or is there someone out there that does really enjoy this movie? Could you explain it a little bit more to me? Because I just didn't get it. Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button to make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I release the next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.